What is up, guys? Welcome to the transparency. Let's do it.
Listen, folks, I know there's a history here. I'd like to get this hearing in today. You know, everybody needs to just focus on the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here.
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you? All right. Who's responsible here?
What's that?
Who's responsible here? Whose house is this?
Yeah, haven't been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Drive careful, okay?
Thank you.
This is what the other group had that ran away.
Oh, really? You just ditched it? Awesome.
Yeah, those ones kept walking in the car. And
It's truly for the win.
That I was given to. So there was 2 different discs. Okay? They all knew about it.
We're not here to talk about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight within 2 hours.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
I see noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Like brains and
So dinner and best buddies in person. Whatever they are, I don't know.
On 9/1/2022 at approximately 20:34 hours, I responded to the area of Queen Road for a report of a noise complaint. I observed 1122 playing loud music which could be heard from Taylor Ave. During my approach, I observed several unidentified females walking towards me. I stopped the group of females and asked if they could get someone who lived at the residence to come talk to us. The females stated that they did not know anyone who lived at the residence. During my conversation, I observed several females flee the scene. As I approached the home, I observed a black backpack and a case of Truly seltzers on the ground outside of the home. I knocked on the door, and an unidentified female answered the door. I requested to speak with a resident of the home. The female stated she would notify a resident. I waited approximately 10 minutes and knocked several more times before 2 unidentified males answered the door. I explained I needed to speak to the resident of 1122. The males were able to contact Madison M. Mogan, a resident, by phone. I explained to Mogan about the noise complaint. I stated she would need to contact her friends at her home and advise them to keep the noise down. Mogan understood and was apologetic. Before I cleared, I emptied the contents of the abandoned alcohol beverages on scene. Sergeant Blaker, Payne, they observed the White Claws inside the backpack. They assisted me in emptying the contents of the alcohol beverages. I cleared the scene. Nothing else to report. This was written up September 2nd at 2:42 a.m.
crime. And then that expanded as we got more investigators to the area for assistance, and we started putting together teams. And one of our team's sole job was to go through the King Road area, associated neighborhoods, and eventually the main thoroughfares in the city of Moscow, trying to identify video through our tips, through our leads, some of the evidence that came.
Why did they have to cut that right there?
Moscow, trying to identify video through our tips, through our leads, some of the evidence that came.
Why did they?
Crime. And then that expanded as we got more investigators to the area for assistance, and we started putting together teams. And one of our team's sole job was to go through the King Road area, associated neighborhoods, and eventually the main thoroughfares in the city of Moscow, trying to identify video through our tips, through our leads, some of the evidence that came.
Boom! There it is, right there. Right there, literally. They had to cut and edit their own product that they put out to us back like almost like a year ago. They had to make and cut and edit their own product, which they were about to talk about something and then obviously got cut, right? Here you go.
Did they have to cut that right there? He was about to talk about a video in reference to this white car, this Hyundai Elantra that they're looking for, allegedly looking for. Well, right there, that part gets cut out and they don't want to talk anymore about any type of video. Well, how are they so certain that the vehicle that they are looking for is that of an Elantra? Is it just because of that footage from the gas station? It's not clear, but I think.
And here would find out that it was because of this Linda Lane footage, okay, that they were looking then for allegedly this white Honda Elantra, plus there could possibly be one of the cameras to hit by the house when they're kind of pulling in onto their street. So, but now we've all seen Linda Lane. Okay, we've all seen that footage, and that footage has nothing. Okay, again, this is an old video I put out over a year and a half ago. I want a year and 2 months, December. So what I'm pulling up here is an old video of mine that I did back in the day.
This body cam footage begs to ask a question of, are you looking for the right white car?
Now, the purpose of this, let me pull up right here. We might just cover every case while we're in town, right? So here we go. That's Pierce, and this is Blake. We're on Blake right now. Right up there is the presidents. We're gonna sweep back around, but right there, this is like Greek row up in this B. But oh, right there. This is Taylor. We are approaching Taylor. Linda Lane up in this motherfucker. What? Linda Lane, where you at? Linda Lane, baby, right there. Right there, Linda Lane. Literally right there. Linda Lane, okay? Let me tell you something about Linda Lane. Linda Lane is literally, you think it's like a long street. Linda Lane is not long at all. Linda Lane is probably the length of 3-4 houses. It's not a long street at all. It's not long at all. All right. Now, the purpose of this beginning earlier today was to show a couple things. This open area. You guys, it is, trust me, it is small. Okay. They make this spot look like it's so big. It is literally small. This area is tiny compared to what it is made to look like. Sound like you're expecting like, oh, it's such a, no, it's not. It's not big. It's not. So, it's not, and the snow tracks even like prove more of that. It's not that big. It, if you are a good football player, I'm telling you, you could throw a football from Taylor, those houses, and hit Sigma Chi. So now the exercise was. It looks like it's this huge area. It is not huge at all. It's tiny. This is tiny. This back right here, the back of Sigma Chi. Okay, so the back of Sigma Chi, tiny. In between the two buildings of Sigma Chi, that's where the green space is. It's in between that, okay? Seriously, Sigma Chi, from the building to, like I said, Taylor, you're talking, you could run to the building and to Taylor in all of 4 seconds, 5 seconds flat. Okay, inside that's why I showed it before I left. Inside that little, corridor is where that green space is. This is literally just steps. Literally steps you take. I will get out and walk it to come and turn and walk straight up here. Okay, where this is literally, this is right like there. It's just a long path. It is so friggin' short. Okay, we literally just turned right. We made our left hand and we're looking at, there is, when we think that the cops park so far away, no, this depth perceptive view, it's parking at the end of this street. You seriously walk and make probably 20 steps. I mean, it's short, you guys, and it's short into it. It is so, it seems long. The depth perception of this, no, absolutely no way. Right here. Yeah, you guys know all the infamous houses right there. Okay, then that's the right here. To go up this driveway right here where that house is, it sits right next to King. It is at an incline like this. All right. It is this house right here, this driveway that was barely plowed. It is like this. Deepest thing to go up right there. So tight. So now look at, everybody's seen this view before. I think when there's snow on the ground, you can even see things at a more, it makes more sense because then you can see like steps in the snow to show that how close something could be. It's so tight. 2 cars cannot fit down it. We are right down the middle of it. Nobody can get around us. Okay. so tight. It is so friggin' tight, guys. All right. And then right here at this crazy incline, it is so steep right here. Okay. It is so steep when you're about to look at that. Look at what I'm looking at right there. We're in a car and you're looking up. Okay. To go up, we're going to have to go past that vehicle that you see right there. It is like it's an incline. Okay. So this is, you can't see. Okay, this is a blind spot. Look at, you're looking, it's a blind spot. I can't see past that car right there. Right? But that is a very steep, just to get to the platform of the straight path and when you're going to travel. But right here, this for me, I was like, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. Okay. Because that vehicle parked the way it is when you're driving, you don't realize that it's like, you don't think that you can go straight. You don't think that you can go past that car and continue on straight, because look at how tight that you would just think that there's cars parked over there. Okay. And this was everything for me because of the PCA of what they're talking about. So when you're looking at this right here, that for me was like, whoa, it's not just a straight, no, you're going up this incline. So you know how the house looks like it's sitting in a bowl? It truly is sitting in a bowl, because literally right next to it, all of a sudden goes up substantially. So much so that this is going to matter, because when you're watching and you're looking at something on Google Maps and you're driving on these streets, what you don't see is when you are elevating and you're going up and twisting around these windy roads back there. And what it means is that when the house is sitting, a house is like this, but your drive, like the streets down here, in order to get to your house, your driveway is so steep that your Ring camera on your house, the way that it is sitting up, it's right next to your door, which is elevated. And then the street level is here. In order to get to you up to your house, your driveway is going at such an incline to get up to that spot that your Ring camera is going to be, if things are passing it to like trigger it, I'm very curious to see that you're hitting the tops of these vehicles. You're not hitting the heart of a vehicle just because of the street level compared to where the house is then situated on the property. It's up, which means the Ring camera is up. Okay, I'm gonna get out. It is so tight. It is so tiny. So right tight. There. Yep, I'm good. Let me out. This is the tightest. This is like so tight. All right. But the incline, remember how JLR was talking about it? These are the stairs I'm talking about right here. All right. Right there. Those stairs to me are everything. Okay. They literally are right outside the house. When you go outside the house, you're taking, like I said, 15, 20 steps, and then you could be to these stairs from the front door of the house, which leads right in between the two sets that you see of apartments of Queen. Right? Now. These stairs, take a look. Why this is important is because if I was Ann Taylor, I would use this in my argument, because after you take 15, 20, 30 steps, you could be at these stairs just as easily as you could be at the stairs inside the house. That means if data is reflecting on the fact that anybody is walking up a set of stairs, you cannot exclude this set right here. It is that close to the house, and it goes right in between, as you will see. Let's go like this. Hold on. at this. These stairs to go right up in the middle of Queen. These apartments right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at how you are seriously at the doorstep. Okay. Meow. Right here. This is where. Okay. Hear that dog bark? Hear that dog bark? Look
Boom!
That's the house.
There it is.
It is tiny. You are on top of everybody. Those steps right there.
Right here. You guys heard the dog bark. That was the purpose of this exercise. One purpose of it, which is that is a dog that you hear barking. I could not see the dog in the window. I could not see anything, but legit walked up the steps, said a couple words, and that is a dog bark. That's the dog barking that I'm talking about. Okay. If you're going to talk about we heard a dog bark. Well, what would make that dog bark is somebody walking right past that and going up those stairs and literally being right there. That's very, very important in this case because they want to talk about a dog barking. Well,
hear that dog bark?
There you
go.
Look it.
That's the house.
This is your
These
dog
apartments
barking.
Right here. 1, 2.
This would
3,
calculate
4,
on your data
5,
on your
6,
app.
7. Look at how you are seriously at the doorstep. Okay. Meow. Right here. This is where. Okay. Hear that dog bark? Hear that dog bark? Look That's the house. It is tiny. You are on top of everybody.
So
Those
tiny.
steps right there. These steps right here would calculate on your data as walking up a set of stairs. This is where a guy was standing, literally, and then again over there. There's a dog that's in this apartment building right here. There's a dog in there. You heard him bark. You heard the dog bark. But you walk through here.
So you walk right through. I think I was switching up my camera. Oh yeah, hold on one second. There you go.
Woo! You guys, these are everything like.
Okay, so this was the big. I wanted to test out what you could hear, what you can't hear, how far you can hear it. Can you hear screaming? When people would be coming home the night of the Linda Lane footage, how close is truly Linda Lane, and what could it possibly pick up? So I wanted Bella to stand all the way down at the one end by the house, and I wanted to stand all the way where Linda Lane is, okay? And I want to know what Bella can hear, okay? I want to know what Bella can hear. And the way that I did it is that I muted on my end. I muted my mic. So the only thing, so that like Bella couldn't hear me through the production. She could only hear me through screaming through, the regular sound waves of life. And in fact, if you could hear me, could it then be picked up by, what type of, can the sounds from the Linda Lane camera, could it be associated with that area in a sense?
When you stand down there, stand over there, down there.
And this is so tight, you guys. This is so tight. I am now feeling that. Do I think the house isn't going to matter? It's going to be the acoustics of just the jury has to go out to this area. The jury goes out to this area. You're going to be able to see how close everything is. You are literally on top of everyone and everything. You are on top of each other. They set up for Faro 3D scans, and they set it up through the house that was next to the King Road house. They had a camera out there, and they took 3D images of the house that was next to King Road as well. And
And I think I know why they did it. If you're going to have witnesses from that house saying where they were in their house, hearing anything, you would need that. And I want you to come in on my screen. So ask to come in on my live. Stand over there. You're going to come in on my live. And we're going to test some noise out. I'm going to mute myself over here. I was screaming. And we're going to test this noise out. You guys, this is so steep. Like I'm. Oh my God, so steep. On my ass. It's like how steep it is. Okay, this is steep as like. I'm telling you, it is. It's not that. This is all on top of each other. It's so close, but that is so steep to go up. I would not want to drive down and go the opposite way. I feel like I'm going to run into that yellow, building. It's just steep. Everything is steep. And that you have to go out there and you have to see that. You truly have to see how steep everything is. And it's when you watch Linda Lane, that's the reason that Linda Lane only picks up headlights and shit like that, because you are at an incline like this. Okay. When you're going up, you can't see these cars because it's like that. Like you're only seeing the headlights for a reason, because it is that steep. So you can't see the car. You can't see cars in its entirety because you're looking at the headlights, because it's coming at you like that. Okay. It's not like it's flat, turning flat around. No. You could not, there is no fucking way you could speed away. There's no way that anybody could say that a car then at a high rate of speed was plowing down through there. Get bent. Y'all are liars. And if that's seen on the camera, I cannot wait to see what camera picked up a car traveling at a high rate of speed. You just can't do it. It's impossible to do it. But I'm going to tell you this, if you don't take a jury out there, you're not going to be able to say that you can't do it. So the jury has to go out there, and I think that they are going to go out there. And once a jury is out there, you're going to see how tight it is. You're going to see how steep it is. And you're going to see that there's nowhere to park. You guys think about this. Every single piece of property that you are looking at is almost an apartment, okay? Where do these people need to park in order to go into their apartment? It's not like you have a garage, okay? So all of these people that live up here, when they come home at night, whatever time of day it is, you have to drive around until you find a parking spot to park your vehicle to then go into your house. This is going to be a huge argument that you should make if you're on the defense. Cars that would be coming up in that area and driving around, that is something that happens every single day at every hour of the day, because they are looking for a place to park. There is nowhere to park. Okay? Period. Especially so much at a later time when everybody else has already parked up there because they're home, right? So number one. Number two, if you're a DoorDash driving around in that area, DoorDashes are taught you can't drive into the yard, like the driveway of where you're taking your food. Okay. So the movements in the PCA, in my opinion, reflect just that. Somebody that is trying to find where they're going, because the GPS is so bad, it puts you walking through the trees. But at the end of the day, you still have to get out of your car. So you have to put your vehicle in a spot where I still have to be able to go and take this food to where I need to take it to. Where am I going to put my car? Okay. So where did the DoorDash, because they're not going to put it in the driveway. That's just not what DoorDashes do. That's part of how you're trained. So where did this DoorDash, what did they do? Did they just stop in the middle of the fucking road? Like Riddick style. That is so close to me right there. I felt like I didn't have to go any further because everything is
steep.
so close, so steep.
Like you will just literally slide all the way down there into that. If you were to go this way, you literally are going to slide into that apartment.
100%.
Now,
I put myself on mute.
Bella!
Wait, did you just hear her say what to me right there? You heard me say Bella. And you hear her say what? Listen, right here.
Bella! I want you to come in on the live. And then I want you to use the, I'm going to mute myself, but I'm going to yell to you. And I'm going to, so you need to have, yeah, so I'm going to put it in chat.
Boom daddy. Cheers. Everybody that's always went out to this house, they went out by themselves to check out the area. No, we went out there to check out the sound. The sound to me, that's what matters. I am literally all the way at the end, okay? And she's all the way by the fucking house. All right, and you guys think that's so far. It ain't far. It ain't far at all. She's at the house, and you guys saw where I was and showing you Linda Lane, where the camera was. And Linda Lane camera is literally right there where I showed you, like maybe 20 more feet. Again, yelling, just saying, hey, I mean, so the point is that could Linda Lane truly pick up the sounds from the house? Bella's at the house, and I'm right there by Linda Lane. And she barely said anything, right? I tell her a couple things. Right there, Bella. What?
I want you to come in on the live.
And she was just walking up those steps to get right at the top of the steps.
And then I want you to use the, I'm going to mute myself, but I'm going to yell to you. And I'm going to, so you need to have, with what I'm about to show you guys. Are you in? Bella! What happened to you?
Where do you want me to go after I go this way?
I'm muted. I'm like literally, I'm muted. So everything that you're hearing is through what you're hearing out in the world. I muted myself so that what you truly hear is us out there. Like if she's trying to talk to me, I'm muted. Okay. And obviously I can't hear anything that you guys are saying on that end. So it's all us just talking out in the world. So look at this one more time.
Bella! What happened to you?
Where do you want me to go after I go this way? Oh, she wants to know if she can hear me. Okay, got you. Everything.
See, we were so far apart away, and I was telling her what I wanted. Okay. In the way that she heard what I was telling her that I wanted, she couldn't hear me. She heard that because of what I was saying when we were out in the world. You know, like it's not because she was listening to my live broadcast, because I muted myself. Okay, I muted myself so you could not hear me. She could not hear me through the production. She could hear me in real life.
Things on mute. I should go like this, actually.
She turns her.
I can hear her. Can totally hear her. You can hear her. She's probably waking everybody up on Saturday morning.
I was
Look,
saying.
it's so tiny though.
And then Bella made the mistake though. She turned down her volume on your guys' end. So I just know that right here, before she did all that,
That is only for
you can hear exactly what we're doing.
I can't.
Wait, hold on. Right here.
that is only for there we go. Do not use that link. I mean, I'm not going to enter you in. All right. All right. Turn your camera.
I can't hear.
Okay, hold on one second.
Right here.
Where do you want me to go after I go this way? Oh, she wants to know that she can hear me. Okay, got you.
Right there.
Everything's on mute.
There it is. I heard myself again. That's exactly what you're hearing.
That is only for
Right there.
Would pick up anything and everything with what I'm about to show you guys. Are you in? Whew. That is only for there we go. Do not use that link. I mean, I'm not going to enter you in. All right. All right. Turn your camera.
I can't hear.
Okay, hold on one second.
Where do you want me to go after I go this way?
Right there.
Oh, she wants to know that she can hear me. Okay, got it.
Okay, so the purpose of it is to say that what the footage was picking up at Linda Lane, if you're yelling from being over by the house, could you in fact then could that be attributed to what you're picking up? And I'm going to tell you this. Linda Lane would be picking up the yelling and stuff like that. That's coming from further away. Because Linda Lane would easily be able to pick up what the hell we're saying, like right over here by here. What you hear is that off in the sound, like off in like a distant sound, and that tells me that it's coming from where I was compared to where Bella was, and Bella was compared to I was. But you guys, it is so close. I could literally yell across, and we could hear each other. We could talk. I could say, "Hey, grab this or grab me, whatever." You know, if we're at like, it's all on top of each other, guys. It's just that's the fact. So all you have to do is the jury has to go to that area, and they just have to see it for themselves, and they're going to see how tight it is, and they're going to see how everybody's on top of each other. But the reason that you're only seeing headlights is because of the inclines and everything, period. Now, I'm going to put up, hold on. Did you send me the stuff from? Okay. Thanks. Hold on. Where's that? "775 has a Ring camera." But the moral of the story is that Brian Kohlberger's vehicle can't be just in the middle, dropping down right here. You would then back it. You would try to back it up and go get these other people to see if they had, But there's a Ring camera right there on 775. Like I said, you just can't plop down a vehicle, and then you should be able to. And how they have it going is it's going that way. Okay, so where did it come from? And I'm going to show you where it's only able to be. This car could have came from. And it's literally going to take us right to the police station. "775 has a Ring camera." But the moral of the story is that Brian Kohlberger's vehicle can't be just in the middle, dropping down right here. You would then back it. You would try to back it up and go get these other people to see if they had, But there's a Ring camera. The reason that I picked this Ring camera to use is because it matters. This is the only Ring camera that I deem that is equal with the road and the house. The house and the road, in my opinion, are as flat across as possible. Meaning the other houses that have cameras that I have, their house is up here and the road is down here, which means like the front door. Okay. So how is the Ring camera being triggered, and what can the Ring camera truly see? Okay. So this to me is where you're talking about flat. Door, street, flat. This is it. Now, and that matters if you want to talk about a Ring camera picks up movement. Okay. So what is it picking up? And then once it picks up this movement, what is it actually then able to see? And this to me is your flattest piece on 775 with the street. If you look next to all the houses that you see here up on the right, they're all above the street and they all sit back. Okay. Which to me, if you're going to be using a camera that is at one of those houses, I'm very interested to see the angle that you would possibly get and how anything would be triggering it. Now, I've always said that, okay, once you're going to go ahead and pick this, you find this car on this street, randomly just, woo, it had to have come from somewhere. All right. Now, in the PCA, I wanted to be able to say, you're full of shit, Payne, Blaker, when you say that the only way out of Walenta is to go this way, this way, this way, you would have to. That's not true what the fuck soever. Not at all. Because in fact, we took Walenta the fuck out of there, and I got to look dead at Steiner. Steiner was where he was allegedly seen cutting across after being over on Indian Hill Drive, Street, whatever. So leaving out Walenta and going Palouse, like he said, it's not true. It's factually not true because I did it today. And that's all there is to it. Like, legit. I just can't even believe that he's saying that, to be honest. That's just not true. Oh, shit. So there's that. I got to edit this. So don't worry about that clip. Okay. only thing I wanted out of this clip was, I think I actually got out of the next clip that I wanted. Okay, right here, Ridge and Paradise. Ridge, you make a left on Paradise, and that can take you, if you make a left after being on Ridge, and you make a left on Paradise, that could take you exactly where Steiner, where they say he comes out of Steiner, and then, but you guys, it's just prosecution's gonna have some problems. That's all I gotta say. There's no fucking way a couple of these things that they're saying. There's the president's place. Again, you think it like sits way back. No, it does not. It's like, doesn't sit way back. The entrance makes it look like it sits way back, but literally it's right next to the sidewalk. Again, I'll be editing that. I wanted something out of that. I did that one. What did I want out of this one? Okay. That is so close. It makes it seem like it's so far away from everything. That water tower is literally so close, and it's right there. Like, look at how close. That's not, I didn't zoom in on that shit. That's right there. I am right there. You can see the shadow of the car that I'm in. That's how close I am to that being in a car. And so just the depth perception of this case is remarkable. It's nowhere near as spread out. And you guys, the cops that were there with the undercover, they were literally right there, right by the house. They were sitting there waiting, like, what the hell were they doing? You hear the beeping, makes it seem like that they had just gotten to the car. When the body cam starts up and the dash cam start up to go to get the Banfield people, which tells me they were out of their vehicles. What if? Oh, this is I Wanted the Groves. Well, you guys know. You guys know what that is, right? Cuff me, baby. Oh, I did a video. Like I said, I have a lot of editing to do, but I wanted. Let me ask you a question. I'm just going to throw this out there. This is just wild, but if Brian Kohlberger stalked this place morning, noon, and night, all right, why in the heck would Brian Kohlberger put himself literally the only way that you're on Indian Hill, the only way that you get there, okay, you just can't teleport. Why would Brian be anywhere near the police department? Literally, Indian Hill is right. It's a street that now has a downway right to the police department. You would just never do that, man. You just never do that. It just makes no sense that this car just so happens to plop down at 3:26 a.m. on Indian Hill. Which, in the way that it was coming from the only way that it could come right here. It's coming from the 175 has a Ring camera. But okay, see the way that this is facing? This is the way that Brian Kohlberger was driving, like towards the way that the camera is facing. The only way that you are going that way is that you had to have come literally by passing the police department to do this. You had to pass the police department to come up and make this little round to then be right here and heading this way. But in order to pass the police department, that's down over there, and you're going to be on that main road. And like, what in the actual fuck? So my argument is that you would have seen him prior to, because the police department has to have cameras. And so you would see him turning on right there by the police department off that main road. It's just, that's seriously, like, you cannot get past this. So you're placing a vehicle right here where I'm standing, and the way the camera's facing is how they said that his vehicle went. And that means it's coming from behind me, okay, which means that it had to pass the police department in order to get to that spot. Right here, where I'm standing right here, the only way to get to the spot is by passing the police department, or if you were parked in a driveway and you backed out of a driveway and that you started on your journey right here. This is facts. You cannot get around this. This is facts for days, all right? So that means that there has to be surveillance cameras prior to this spot right here, in my opinion. Because the police department, I would think, has surveillance 24/7 around that place. It just, period. And then now this, to me, I was telling Bella, I believe this is the most important part of the case, because what you are doing is you are taking Brian Kohlberger from WSU's campus and literally teleporting him to this point right here. And how are you going to say that this is Brian Kohlberger's vehicle? How are you associating this car to being Brian Kohlberger? You don't have anything to do that with. Nothing that's in the PCA anyways. And then if it is Brian Kohlberger, guess what? Okay, then let's back it up. Where was this car before that point? Where do you have it at before that point? Because there's all hella cameras. So back it up. Where is that before that point? And then back it up from there, and then back it up, and then back it up. But to me, this is the most important part of the PCA, where they're associating Brian Kohlberger to being this vehicle that randomly they want to say is on Indian Hill at 3:26 a.m. This is the most important part, because this is then the car that they say they track from this point. It then crosses over and around on to Steiner, and then Steiner and then at 3:29 we see it coming into the area of the King Road house. So this is your nuts right here. And all I'm trying to tell you is that you have to pass the police department to literally get where I'm standing right now if you're coming from the way that they're saying. Unless you're coming out of a driveway, which would have been like, what, you've been there like earlier in the night? I mean, I don't know. But then you have him over there on WSU, campus. You're trying to say he's over there at 244. So from 244 to then 252, and now 252, then you have him right here at 3:26. So again, 253 at WSU, and then 3:26 right here. That's what you got. And so now let's take a look at I'm going to do some editing. So once I do some editing, then I'm going to go ahead and so I can have all of these going at the same time. And I'm going to show you guys what I think about Pullman. And I think that the mainstream media commercializes Washington State University's campus. Washington State University's campus is the same like Moscow's campus here in Idaho. It's everything is up on hills. You're looking down. There's another road down there, but you're up here. It's very windy, and depending on what part of the campus that you're on, it's definitely not commercialized. It's old school, man. It's and then where Steptoe is, it's yeah, it's like this campus was outdated a little bit with Steptoe. So yeah. Nope. Let me go with this. A little bit of it without its editing. We didn't need no GPS. Brian was straight balling on these courts back here. He was running it. So right there, he had that balcony right there. Right there, the end. He's straight balling back there. So quiet. So quiet. So quiet. Let me see what else. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted this one. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do some editing. I have a lot of things. Woohoo! But it is cold as fuck up in here. So you guys stay warm until next time. All right, stay warm. Let's see. Let's see this. Yep, keep it real, stay warm. Give a shout out to all the mods. Baby for 12 months, look out, look out. Let me some out of time. Thank you so much there, Cyber Ninja. Appreciate you. Missy, welcome, Missy. Woo, woo. Jade. Patches. Uh-oh. I know that. I know that account. Patches paying for a membership. Oh, that's just funny. Georgia. Georgia. Sarah gifted a membership. Hopefully you were the lucky one to catch it. Definitely got those feet dry. Look out. And the sound test was fire. Thank you. Yes. I can't believe after all this time, nobody said we want to test the sound, but don't worry, we got you covered over here. Truth and transparency. Appreciate you guys making it pop. Again, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time here soon. Peace.